Ela quer vir pra minhas áreas de novo, só que me liga mais de 11 da noite. Acho melhor não ter, isso se repete tipo um ciclo vicioso. Ela quer vir pra minhas áreas de novo, só que me liga mais de 11 da noite. Acho melhor não ter, isso se repete tipo um ciclo vicioso. Pior que ela ganha.
Hi guys, welcome, happy Tuesday. My name is Miss Mitty and this is my new series, Talk to Me Nice. So as you can probably tell, I'm Jamaican and there's always something happening, something always a buzzing at the ear. And I thought it would be very cool if you could have my point of view. Every now and again I might have a guest, you're going to hear their point of view, and we have the comment box down below that you can put your point of view in. Feel free to use that comment box to post topics you would want to hear me talk about as well. So, on our first Talk to Me Nice, we're going to have a discussion about a crappy situation that happened in Jamaica recently. First of all, we will paint a background because we're not going to talk and don't have no substance behind the talking, right? Now, everybody knows Jamaica is the land of street food. We love our street food. I have lived abroad for more than a decade now, or just about a decade. And I can tell you, whenever I'm trying to tell anybody who's going to Jamaica what to do, I always say to them, if you're on a cruise ship or you're going to a hotel, make sure you stop somewhere, ask them to stop somewhere, get a driver. I have given people links to good drivers who can take them around so they can sample the fares of Jamaica. And I always say to them, you see, if you're on the road in Jamaica and you see a little man on the street side with a stall, I promise you, he makes the best food, right? So I'm always trying to get them. I say, go off the beaten track. You're already spending thousands of dollars at a hotel. There's nothing wrong with supporting the little small man in his hustle. And I'm telling you, the authentic cold pot, spicy Scotch bonnet, better pack curry food, you're not going to get it at a hotel. You need to go out there and try food on the road, right? So just imagine my dismay when I saw that post last week of Miss Alice in Wonderland. Because as far as me concerned, Alice elevator don't go to the top floor, you know. Alice is in completely denial that she did anything wrong. Alice feel like say, as a matter of fact, she was within her right to do what she did. And yeah, nobody not supposed to say nothing to her, and we're not supposed to argue with she who was doing the wrong thing. We must argue with the person who caught her doing the wrong thing. Which reminds me of the whole phrase of integrity. When it says integrity is doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. So I feel like Alice only do the right thing when she think people are watching her. And it's not her first go at what she did. I will not even go into detail about what she did because I know by now a lot of people have seen the video. A lot of people feel sick to their stomach. And we're not going to talk about it, right? So hear this now. Every single time I travel back to Jamaica, I travel through the Norman Manley International Airport. And one of the first stops I make traveling to my hotel or to my Airbnb or to my apartment is Hero Circle. I have to get my crab fix. I feel like nowhere else in Jamaica or in the world does it the way they do it. And I quite like it. But, my girl wasn't Alice. My girl was the girl called Kay. She probably still is because low-key, as much as Alice do what she do, you must agree with me, say the crab nice. The crab nice bad. So I'm not going to go back, you know. We're just going to be very cautious the next time, right? Anyway, so Kay was always my girl. My problem though is it was always very, very spicy. And I can't handle that level of spice because my stomach... I tell you, say, my upset stomach, my gastritis, my gastric ulcer, when it ready for flare, not even Pepto-Bismol can help me. So I would have Kay, I would order my crab, I'd ask her to break the back off, and she'd break the crab in half, and she'd wash it out in the pot, because I can't manage the pepper. And then when I get home, I would also boil some water and wash the crab off, wash off that extra pepper as well. And I boil the water because you know cold crab insipid, so I boil the water to keep it warm, and that's how I would have my crab, and I would just sit off, relax, enjoy. No, I'm not saying that to say that I was asking them to break the backs because I thought they were dirty. I only did it because I can't manage the pepper. And also, whenever you order roast corn or boiled corn and coconut, them take it up with them very much bare hands and put in the bag give you. Because I love my roast corn and coconut, and I love the cow skin and chicken foot soup too. So I've ate everything that they have to offer down there. Right? Cool. We'll go further back in time now, right? In the 1700s and 1800s, there was dysentery. And we don't hear about dysentery much anymore. But in them times there, up to even 90% of all the deaths cataloged in certain countries was because of dysentery, right? And dysentery was being caused by improper sanitation, people who just never did wash them hands, dirty people. I mean, even as close to as the 1960s, there were outbreaks. Even as close to this year or even last year, there has been many cases of gastroenteritis that can probably even be associated with persons doing the do, number two, not washing their hands properly, touching surfaces, touching food, giving people food to eat, and that would have caused them to have gastroenteritis, right? And a lot of people look at it and say, oh, but your stomach have acid, your stomach will purge that soon enough, you will get rid of that soon enough. Don't worry about it. We don't know what the big man have in them restaurant. Them have roach, them have rat, them do everywhere, and we still go support them. So why we are going to come down upon Alice and kill her now because she do what she do? That's true, but understand this. Right? Majority of the restaurants that we work at, that people work at and provide us with food, are scheduled to have public health visits, and they also have to have food handler permits for all of their staff, right? And with all of what I said about dysentery and gastroenteritis and E. coli causing meningitis and all of the itises and eventually death that it can cause, we know that it's because of public health and sanitation why we have been able to stay alive for so long. Trust me, it's all the research, it's all of them telling us you must wash your hands. You must always wash your hands. You try to keep your surroundings as clean as possible, especially as it relates to food, and wash your hands at every step of the way. That's how the Ministry of Health, Public Health, Department of Health, whatever you want to call it, keeps us safe. And as a person who works in a hospital, there is nothing for infection control that trumps hand washing. When you hear about infection control in a hospital, in a clinical setting, the first thing they're going to tell you to do is make sure so you wash your hands. You understand? And anybody who is in healthcare on here, feel free to back me up on that, because I know for one, that is the truth, and for two, we have to do it. We go through many sessions and educations on how to wash our hands, what's the proper way to do it, and what are the best soaps. If you're not doing a hand wash with soap and water, what kind of hand rubs you can use. All of us have to go through that, right? Alright, so we circle the block and we reach back a hero's circle, right? Get it? And we meet Alice. Now Alice is a well-known crab vendor at Hero Circle. Alice crowd includes some of the biggest influencers ever. When Michelle and Kay and Nadine get them good sell, Alice, they are the forefront for everybody video. You see videos with Alice, I use her bare hands, I dip crab in the crab water and I feed it to people. That's how popular she was. Last week now, she claimed to say a case of the diarrhea must catch her because of whatever reason or not. We're not going to go into that. She stood at her stall, she pooped, she wiped her butt, she dropped the paper there and she went back to selling. No formal cleanliness, no formal hand washing, nothing. Now, you know, everybody might say that is a very shitty situation, but worse than Alice is the crappy people who are condoning her behavior. Because she can outrightly come out and say, boy, the people them say it could have happened to anybody, I'm enough to worry about it. And then the other vendors who are supporting her to say that, boy, yes, probably not nice, but Goody shouldn't video her doing that. And my thing is, no, Goody had a right to video her doing that and let this public see what is happening. Because I guarantee you that if there was an outbreak of anything in Jamaica, digestive system wise, because them eat crab from her, nobody would be even nonetheless wiser, and the people would have just drop like flies and nobody would know where it's coming from. She is a public health hazard, and the people who are supporting her behavior, to me, nobody makes you feel bad. It's a little hustler, it's a little igla. No, absolutely not. No, we're not condoning bad behavior. A lot of the reasons why people's bad behavior escalate is because the first time it happened, nobody nipped it in the bud. And the girl that videotaped her said it's not the first time, because she also had videos where she was saying, look, Sierra do it here, and the day she did in a X color clothes, and the day she did in a Y color clothes. So it's not the first time she was doing it. And Alice is now on an ego trip because she feels substantiated, because people are saying, no worry about it, babes, it could have happened to anybody. So now she's like not even apologetic. Not even apologetic. The nearest toilet is 10 minutes away, so I have a right for shit and eat same place. Absolutely, positively not. Right? So we're not going to belabor the whole topic, because we see what happened and we don't establish that it happened already. The bad thing about it is Jamaica is such a presence in the world, right? And for people like me who feel like, low-key, we are ambassadors for Jamaica. We don't really have no name like that, you know. But anytime anybody asks you where to go and what to do, we are always giving our ideas on the best spots to go. And I'm always saying, boy, if you try the crab or the superhero circle, me feel some sort of way. Because them same people there, I come back to me now, come say, yo, what kind of nastiness that? And if them be go Jamaica go get sick, what them would do in Jamaica not have no healthcare system already. The whole works has been happening. But let me say this though. We dropped the ball on many levels when it comes on to certain things. For one, the hustler mentality is strong in Jamaica. So a lot of the times, the systems that are in place to protect people, and even the same vendors themselves to protect them, are bypassed, all because, boy, you try to stop people food, them a hustler, this no fair, them shouldn't have to pay for this and them shouldn't have to pay for that, right? So first of all, yeah, we can talk about the big company who went down to Hero Circle and revamped it and gave them everything they needed except for a public space to use for number ones and number twos. Right? Them not have no bathroom, them not have no hand washing area. And bear in mind that not only the vendors would benefit from this, there are a lot of businesses surrounding that area who could benefit, and also the people who are coming to buy could benefit from a bathroom being there as well, because I'm telling you, those crab vendors are very popular, and not only ghetto people are buy from them, right? So I believe that if a big company was going to sponsor them, like find some way for them to get a bathroom, give them a porta potty, you know, give them something. It cannot be that they do not have anything there. You understand? Secondly, the Public Health Authority dropped the ball as well. Because in as much as public health tries to go into restaurants and try to make sure that everything is okay, I don't believe they give the same level of importance to street vendors. You understand? And we're not talking about the Coronation Market raw food provisions, people who sell meat products and stuff like that. We're also talking about the people who cook food, and by virtue of heat touching the food, them feel say all of the germs dead, so them not really need to do nothing else, right? If my pee and I don't wash my hand, it's okay, cause me I cook the jerk chicken here at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, so that we kill all of the germs what in it, and flies and roaches and rodents all around the place. But the food dep on a grill, so we're not gonna really worry about nothing, right? So the ball was dropped, one, in the building of the stalls without bathrooms, two, by public health not coming through to make sure that everything is in place for them there. And also another area in which the ball was dropped was the food handler permits, because I believe that all people who sell food should go through at least basic training on how to, you know, prepare food for individuals, not how you prepare to your yard, where you mix and taste off of the spoon and and you go use the bathroom and you not have to wash your hand when you come back and you cook for your family, which is bad in itself. But the food handlers training for them to get a permit should teach them that, look, you're providing a service for people who, even healthy people, people who are sick, and you want to make sure that the food that you're offering them is free from all form of bacteria, of germs, so that they potentially won't get sick, right? So that's the third area. The building never built properly, public health dropped the ball, and where the food handlers permit them there, right? Because them can say them get it from 2012. You don't think it's time for it to be renewed? You don't think things and times have changed enough for them to come in and say, look, it's been a decade now, we need a new food handlers permit, we need new training. Is there anything different? And you have to understand that a lot of people have the mentality that if me set up a business, I shouldn't need to do anything else. Like, why the government never build bathroom for them? Like, them in themselves sitting there on a daily basis having nowhere to go for peeing or pooping was okay, because enough for them problem, because in as much as they're making all the money from their sales, because I don't even think they pay rent for the stalls, are the government or the big company supposed to provide them with sanitation. That's the mentality of a lot of people. Yeah, me work yes, but are you supposed to provide this gimme, right? And that was one of the things that was being said as well, like government and the big company need to provide them with bathroom. Them in themselves could not say that, look guys, here what, we have got to trump up little money and build one little bathroom, you know, because yeah, this not right. No form of, any form of, you know, leadership to say, make we do this since we already get this. You know, we get a leg up, make we put the other leg up ourselves. That's never ever the case with most people. It's always, you're supposed to give me this or else. That is so wrong. And there's no accountability. Everybody's distancing themselves from it. But the ball has been dropped very badly and it don't look good. Now for people to come up now and say, because people going to come and say, no, but I get up people them not make no much money. Where them to get money from to build bathroom? Number one, the crab at Hero Circle is not cheap. I kid you not, if you go down there with $1,000, you're not even gonna get 3 crab. And the bigger the crab, the more you pay per crab. Not to say you're going to get a bag with 6 crabs in there and then I'm gonna say just give me $1,000. You pay per crab. They make money, okay? And also, what about one cocoa full basket? It might not have happened immediately, but those people had those stalls for a while. Just like how them throw a partner every month. You're telling me that as a collective, them could have come together and say, all right guys, here what? Every month we're gonna put $1,000 in the pot, and we are going to ask for permission and build up one little space for use bathroom, since this is where we practically work every single day. This is how we make our livelihood, and we don't want nobody come say nothing about we. You know, there is nobody taking on that leadership to say that this is as much ours as it was given to us, even though it's a company make it for us, even though the government put we as so. You understand? There is none of that happening as well. And that don't require critical thinking skills, because in the grand scheme of things, peeing and pooping is the most basic things that a person can do. You don't need to have sense for no say you want pee or you want doo-doo. So the fact say you know things say you need somewhere for do that if you went be on the road selling for 10-12 hours per day is a little bit weird. But okay, we see the government coming out now and they're saying, you know, all right, here what? We're not going to ditch them. These are people who need to continue making their livelihood to take care of their children and their family. So here's what we're going to do. I think they're lacking the training. So we have had a talk with them and we're going to train them through hard trust. And that in itself is a beautiful thing. But these people also need to be monitored, because Alice, in her ego, thought that she did nothing wrong, right? It come down upon her, so she just do it wherever. But even after it come down, she never wash her hands and she did nothing wrong. So obviously something is missing. I also don't want to believe, because in my mind, I go to a place of thinking that for the other vendors to be supporting her, it means that it's probably a practice that they themselves do. But let's not go there, because we never see them do it, and a lot of us need to have the physical for even correlate certain things. So we're not gonna blame them because we never see them do it yet, right? But yeah, the training is necessary, but oversight is also necessary. Them cannot be left up to the mercy of the world. The Ministry of Health is nearby. Occasionally spot checks need to happen to make sure that these people are on par. And yeah, people going to be thinking that I'm coming down on them heavy now because this happened. But yeah, they need to be come down heavy on because this happens. Because if your relative go out there and buy crab from any of them and catch some form of E. coli based disease or dysentery or gastroenteritis, I'm sure you'd be very pissed. And if they ended up dying because of it, I am sure you would be mad as hell as well. And in the grand scheme of things, you wouldn't even know where they got it from, because who expects a few little crab can make somebody so sick that they're going to die? Nobody. Anyways, this is my first talk to be nice. Please feel free to leave your comments down below, good or bad, I don't care. I want to hear what you have to say on the topic and how you feel about this, you know. Is Alice really a good person, or Alice just living in Wonderland, running down a rabbit hole, thinking that it's okay that these unsanitary practices are done? Tell me how you feel about it, and let's talk about it in our next video before we go on to our next topic, right? Anyways, guys, I hope you have a good evening, and please, me I beg you no do, before you touch any form of food, wash your hand now. You know that hard. 20 minutes, soap and water, sing the happy birthday song twice. The original happy birthday, you know, the boring one, happy birthday to you. 2 times you gotta sing it, right? And after that, your hand are gonna clean enough to prepare food for you and your family. And I hope you have a great day. All right?